All right, you are live.
Welcome everyone on YouTube. I am now an influencer. Today I'm going to give you three stocks that are going to go straight down tomorrow so you can buy and hold like Dave Ramsey. No, just kidding. Lord. All right, we'll start here in a couple minutes. Everyone YouTube live, hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff. They're making me do a lot of comment content now because Alex Hormozy had a big launch and now they're all panicking because, oh my God, you got to do content, which I'm not an influencer. I have zero desire. But how do I get my downloads?
Degenerate
Oh,
trading.
I got a new entrance music though. We'll be playing. Where's your post? There it is. But I am going to do some content today, some education, because I am a now professor. CRVN. No idea what that is. You influenced me to buy your programs. Well, that's good. I am an influencer. They had a call with me yesterday, publisher Nate and Graham. You have to do education and content like Alex Harmozy. Got to be an influencer. I go, I'm too old to be an influencer. And I'm already rich, so I have no desire to be. You are. Oh, Lord. Susie, you're an influencer. You influence me. I'll do anything you tell me to do. Anything. All right. What are the lines on the tick chart? Ooh, Willis has a good question. All right, let's get rolling. I'm officially debuting a new song. Y'all want to hear it? Well, too bad you're going to. All right, let's start.
Degenerate trading weekly options. Lambo Miami models. Go broke and gamble again. Stop losses are for losers. Add some more. Do the opposite of Kramer and screw. The RSI.
A new song. I don't know. Can y'all hear that
Degenerate trading weekly options. Lambo Miami models. Go broke and gamble again. Stop losses are for losers. Add some more. Do the opposite of Kramer and screw. The RSI.
or not? I try to include everything. All right, that was a good one. An AI special. You're darn right. You know how much that song costs? I was probably not a good place to do
Degenerate
it though.
trading weekly options. Lambo Miami models. Go broke and gamble again. Stop losses are for
I have to change it instead of stop loses, stop losses. I probably I probably typed it wrong, to be honest with you. All right, Gord says, "Hey Lance, joined the news full scanner last Friday. Got my first win in TJ Maxx today, 244%. Nice work.
Yeah, that was a good one.
TJ Maxx, you don't see every day, so when you do see it, um, usually pretty spot on. You know, speaking of retailers, who was that? Gord, you just reminded me of a retailer that I like today that I'll show you. Do I have my chart here? Ah, I got it. The one retailer I really liked today was this. Bad girl, good girl, I don't know. But it is Capri. I want to say Capri merged. What did Capri buy out? I thought Capri got bought out, or did they merge? Oh, they terminated their agreement with Kate Spade. Oh, I did not know that. Tapestry, that was it. Oh, so they announced the buyout and then it didn't go through. Okay, well, I found this interesting. $1 million bet. In the 22 and a half calls for January in Capri, I know I'm getting off topic, but you just reminded me of another retailer. I thought this was pretty cheap. I think they were calls were like 190, $2. I mean, all you really need the stock is to go 24 and a half. So it's not that much. And you have all the way till January. And you can see the volume. Look at the spike when they bought the calls here at 1022. So I like this. I bought some my Robinhood account today in Capri. All right, but let's get into the education part. Oh, good job in SPY. Yeah. Let's get into the education part. So today we had a little dip. What do you do on the dips? Well, you buy them. So I tried posting, I know I did a lot in the option put, but even the free Telegram. I mean, I was pretty donked out today. Uh, I like cores too. Bought some cores calls, but I was pretty. I started dip buying the SPY at 948. Then I picked up some calls at 1020, and there's the Capri bet. And then I did the Palantir calls at 1055. Literally here. I mean, stock's up $10 from the calls. Made about 170% on the calls today. And then Nvidia, SPY. I think I still have some SPY. I closed a lot of profits today, intraday. I mean, doing like two lots on my Robinhood, you can see I'm up 1,600, 1,100 bucks. What's the SPY call up? 112%. I mean, you can't beat that for intraday. You really can't. But everything was pretty good. And the reason why I wanted to dip buy today was the market maker move. First of all, this morning, let me show y'all. The market maker move this morning was 6,340 in the SPX. So 6,340. That was the low end of the range. We got 3 points to the low end of the range. You see it right here? And then we bounced. So once we got down here, I said to myself, okay, we're at the bottom end of the range. They should defend it. And we have the FOMC today. So you have a catalyst. So you have outs if you're wrong. The VIX, I closed out my VIX call spread. Then we went a little higher, but I thought the VIX was not up enough this morning. It should have been up a lot higher for the volatility we saw. And then lastly, the NYSE tick. If you look today, we only hit negative 800, which is institutional selling once. And that was it. So we weren't flushing. We weren't having like negative 1,000 ticks like yesterday we had a negative 950. So I didn't think it was that done. And then I thought, why I bought NVIDIA calls because the $5 million bet. So that gave me a boost of confidence to buy NVIDIA calls. I did the weeklies and already closed out of them. But also I thought Palantir is driving this market lower. So growth stocks took the biggest hit. And Citron just came out with a tweet. Wow. A little about the media misses the point. Palantir isn't down because of me. The whole reason Palantir was down was because of Citron, their short report from last week and this week. It's down because Databricks is valued at 100 billion, blah, 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 blah. So they've already covered their short. When they're tweeting this, I knew they had to cover their short. So they covered their short sometime this morning. Citron, they're known, Muddy Waters, they're known for doing short reports, getting retail to short the stock or flushing it and then covering. So I knew they weren't going to be short for long. And I knew they had to cover. Once they covered, you have the pop. So I thought, well, if Palantir pops, growth stocks pop, like Nvidia, everything's going to rally. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. Um, so got pretty aggressive dip buying today and paid off very, very well. Besides that, I don't know. I really don't see much else to do. What I did do today was all I'm looking for. I mean, if the market pops, great. I really don't care about the Fed. But all I'm really looking for is the SPX to trade sideways. And if it does, make 160 bucks per contract. And pretty much, we are close to the 10 a.m. levels, pretty tight range besides this big pop where the easy money was. But that's pretty much it. Market makers, there's no vol, there's zero, zero volatility. So options are really, really cheap. Um, so you get some good opportunities to make some bank intraday. And if the market goes down even more, great. I did take off my hedges today, but you know, I also noticed too the bond market was not up much today. It wasn't really doing much, so you didn't have flight to safety to bonds. And another thing too, I mentioned this yesterday. Um, some of those flight to safety stocks like Coke that triggered the buy signal yesterday, they started to fade this morning. So your flight to safety started to fade. So that money has to go somewhere, and that money usually goes into risk. And lastly, Bitcoin had a right around 10 a.m. Bitcoin had a reversal. So if Bitcoin goes up, growth, risky asset classes go up. So Bitcoin was a pretty good Bitcoin was a pretty good driver of um of the market rally. So I bought a lot of stuff today, mostly day traded in and out. Kept one SPY call. Still got some Roblox, or about 15%. But sold my Palantir and my Nvidia intraday. All right, and then I got to get into this thing. And I tried posting as much as I could on the free Telegram channel because the market moves so quick, just so y'all can, not be all scared. Because I don't know what other people are doing, but I had to buy the dip this morning. I had to buy the S&P and market correlation to them. What do you think of all the Intel calls? I don't know. Intel already had news, so it might be dumb money right now. Do you watch the chart to decide when to exit? Today, no. Today I was just looking for a continuation move just because vol was so cheap and we are having big moves intraday. Like today we had a 50-point swing intraday. That doesn't happen every day. When you have tight moves, yeah, use a tighter profit target. But when you have big moves like today, I mean, there's a lot of option mispricing out there. Palantir was the weekly 147s. It was right here. Once I saw that, because it was a weekly call and it started to bounce, I thought, Citron's probably done. And I was already pretty bullish on the market. So I was just looking for to anything bullish that was relatively cheap to get into. Really, you could have bought anything. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like you could have bought Palantir, you could have bought QQQ, you could have bought SPY. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Apple went straight down. Facebook is too expensive. You could have bought anything in the growth, any growth stock, pretty much. You could have bought and did well. It's just Palantir. I knew that Citron report. The market was down because of Citron, the growth stocks, and I knew they don't stay in their shorts for long. I mean, they cover pretty quickly. Um, I mean, look, I'll be honest with y'all. They're doing $1 million pump and dumps. Like, it's a dirty game, but that's how trading works. It's not, oh, the stock has good fundamentals or, oh, the housing data says this. I mean, when you trade short dated, everything's a pump and dump. Even these huge billion trillion dollar companies. When there's no volatility and then all of a sudden you have volatility, you have to capitalize on it because it doesn't happen every day at all. At all. Yeah, but you could do anything. Like I dip bought a shoot load of Robinhood this morning and I ran out of buying power and then flipped it as it popped. Like I was buying everything I could on these accounts. All right, let's get into the SPX today because we are doing very good. So you can see we had, and why we like to do the SPX is because it's very, very liquid. So tight bid ask, light, less slippage, daily expiration, right? So all big, big factors. And it's a cash index. So you have lots of advantages trading it, especially if you're doing the 0 day expiration. So you pay less capital gains, and you could do the XXP, which is a mini contract, which I like, and they're cash settled. So you pay less capital gains. There's no getting assigns, and you get a 60/40 tax ruling. So lots of advantages to trading it. So that's why I do it. Why use credit spreads? Because when volatility gets a little higher, you can get more premium, so you can make more money, which is good, which is what we want to do. And then lastly, in a market that's sideways, right, you can still do strategies like today we did a iron condor to take advantage of a neutral strategy. And there's a pretty good premium, about 160 bucks today. So lots of advantages to trading it. And then what we do is we use the power of it to look at the market maker move. So to give you an example, the market maker move until the Fed event is only 10 points. So we know if the Fed has good news, we'll trade to 6,400, bad news 6,300. So we can also use that market maker move to individual stocks, like stocks that have earnings, like Walmart. Walmart has earnings tomorrow. Now, if you're trading Walmart earnings, if you're bullish, which have we seen any Walmart flow? August 8th. Ugh. Which you probably won't trade because I don't really have any opinion on Walmart. But if you're bullish, Walmart, the market makers are expecting it to go to 107. So you can use the top end of the range. And if you're bearish, Walmart can go to 98. So anything below 98, you're going to make a crap load of money on puts. Anything over 107, you make a lot of money over calls if you trade there. Of course, there's risk involved. Or if you want to get a neutral strategy, the market makers are looking for Walmart to stay from 98 to 107. So you could sell a credit spread, call spread, whatever you want to do. Personally, I don't really have much opinion on Walmart, but whatever. You know, to each his own. Another example, BE. I like this stock that just hit the scanner, right? It's up a lot off the lows. You want to trade it. 46 is the market maker high end of the range for this week, or about almost 4%, and 43 is the low end for this week. So you have your levels where you know to trade. So you have your longs, you have your shorts, you know exactly what to do. And if you're like me, you could do these trades every day and they expire at 4 p.m. All right, Christian, did the iron condor have to match the upper and lower strike ranges? No, Steve, but I would say that's the best because it's the easiest. Why do you not do more iron condors? Um, to be honest, because there was really no volatility. So with a little bit of volatility coming back, you could get more creative because you can make more money. But before, when you had no volatility, and one thing would shock the market because you couldn't really make any money. So now that there's volatility, you can make more money. um, which is good. Volatility creates opportunities. The higher the volatility, the more opportunities we'll have intraday. So just remember that. Oh, 126% SPY now. So volatility creates opportunities. All right. If you are above the range, Frank, not. So let's say we go above the range. Let's say it closes outside the range. So the range today was 6,405. Where's my pen? Good question. So let's say we close at 6,400 and we did to the 10. Let's just say 6, right? So it closes here, or let's say it closes higher. Let's just say 6,420, right? If you sold the 6,405, 6,410 bear call spread, that side would just go to max loss. So it'd be $5 or 5 points to whatever credit minus whatever credit you got. So you don't have to do anything. Since it's a cash index, it will automatically convert. So there's nothing to do. If it closes inside the range, you still don't have to anything because it's a cash index. So you don't have to do really anything at all since they're cash indexes. So if it just closes outside the range, the trade will just be a loss. That's it. But everything else is still no management or anything like that that you need to do. That makes sense. And that's when you sell the premium. Man, more BE. So we'll probably see a little at 2 p.m. today because of the FOMC event, which is today at 2 p.m. Again, I personally don't think none of this matters. I'm sure all the other guys will tell you, oh my God, Jerome Powell and this and that. But is anyone really giving you real-time trades? Probably not. And showing you the results and showing you their P&L and L and actually taking them? Probably not. So we do have a Fed speaker, FOMC at 2, Fed speaker at 3. Jackson Hole Summit starts next week. Don't worry about any of that crap. Christian, you want to take it away for the stream on the market maker move and 4 p.m. payout?
Yep.